everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, I am Melody. I am an indie author, and this video is my 2022 writing goals and publishing goals, and basically just my 2022 goals. And if you watched my video last week, I reacted to my video that I had made last year when I was making my 2021 goals, and I was a little bit ambitious. I don't know why I thought it was going to be possible to publish 3 books. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah, last year I thought I was going to be publishing 3 books, and I only published 1, and publishing is hard. I just didn't realize all the steps that went into publishing a book, like especially when you're doing it on your own. It's a lot of steps you have to take. I think next year I'm going to set more realistic goals. That way I am not setting myself up for disappointment at the end of the year. So I have broken up my goals. I actually wrote them all down in my little notebook. I have broken up my goals into 3 sections. I have writing goals, I have publishing goals, and then I also have some goals for developing my author brand. So let's get to it. Alright, so first, writing goals. That's the most important one. What am I going to write this year? Well, I don't have any new ideas for stories. Basically, I just have some ideas that I'm going to try to finish up. Now, that's not to say that I might not get a brand new idea sometime next year and want to write it. That happens occasionally. But I think I want to try to stay focused, because if I could stay focused on finishing these projects that are not done yet, I can go ahead and get them out. So that's really what I want to get better at this year, or next year rather. So I want to work on my NaNoWriMo project, When the Ice Melts. That is probably, I would say, the story that is closest to being done as far as the first draft being done. As of this moment, when I'm filming this video, I have 60,000 words on it, which is pretty good because I am aiming for 80,000. It could go to 90,000, but yeah, it's probably the closest to being completed. And I think it would be really nice if I could complete When the Ice Melts, because this book is part of a series, and I don't want to start a series and just like have it, you know, drag and have me take a long time to publish the next book. Because I really think if it's a series, I want to try to, I'm not going to say I'm going to rapid release. I'm not going to rapid release. There's no way I can rapid release. But if I can at least try to get the next book in the series done, and if I could just get like that next book on the schedule, I think that'll be much better for me. So at least if I can't rapid release, I at least just got to try to release the next book soon as I can. So When the Ice Melts, I will be working on the first draft this year. And so I'm going to hope I can finish that by early next year. And then I'm going to let it rest for a while, because I don't like to immediately go back to it and try to do the editing and all that. I like to let it breathe for a while. And usually while I am letting a project breathe for a while, I'm moving on and working on other things. So that is one of my writing projects. And the other projects that I'm going to be working on, it's probably no surprise, because you know I talk about them all the time. I want to work on that Rachel and Chase story. I got it right here, Rachel and Chase. Another shot at it? Yeah, I think so. I think that since I had so much success with Romancing the Beat, if you want to learn more about that, I tried that out. It's a little bit like Save the Cat, only it is for romance writers. So I tried Romancing the Beat, and it really helped me focus on where I wanted that story to go and what the certain beats needed to be and all that. So I think I'm going to do that for the Rachel and Chase story, because that story needs some work. It really needs some work. I've kind of just got off track with that story. I've changed some things in it, and I just don't think I'm hitting all of those beats. So I think I'm going to take another shot at the Rachel and Chase story, and hopefully I can finally finish that story. I wanted to finish it in 2021, but it just did not happen. But that's okay, because I think if I wait and I work on that story later, I think it's going to be much better. So that's okay. Now the other writing goal I have is 6th grade changes, the rewrite. And this story, I have said it before, this is the story of my heart. And I thought it was ready in 2021 and it wasn't. It needed a major rewrite, and that's okay because I think once this story is finished, it's going to be way better than it was in the original version. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to publish that story in 2022 because I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's going to be way too much on my plate with my other publishing goals, which I'll get to in just a minute. But if I could at least finish that rewrite, I think that'll be good. So maybe when I need a break from the Rachel and Chase story and when I need a break from When the Ice Melts, maybe I'll work on that one. Right now, currently, I am taking a break from that story. As you know, I like to work with multiple projects, and so when I kind of need a break from one project, I'll move on to another project, and eventually I will get something done, but sometimes it will take a while since I'm working on multiple projects. But a lot of times I have to go with what the muse wants to write, because sometimes you just have that scene and it won't leave you alone and you just have to go ahead and get it out. Okay, so yeah, those are my writing goals. Now, on to publishing goals. In 2022, I am not going to pressure myself to publish multiple books. I'm sorry, I'm just never going to be one of those authors who can publish multiple books in 1 year. I hear about authors publishing books like 4 books a year. And what I have realized, there is a difference. A lot of those writers are full-time writers. They are at home all day. They don't have another day job. That is all they are doing. They are working on completing these stories, and they have more hours in the day than I do. But I have a full-time job, and it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to publish multiple books in 1 year. I think probably the most I could do is 2, but I'm not going to push it. I think I'm just going to do 1 book this year. Just 1 book. That way I will not overwhelm myself. And also what I had discovered is that when I was busy working on book launch stuff for One Big Mess, it totally just messed me up as far as writing. I couldn't concentrate on writing because I was so concerned about, getting everything right and pushing this book out into the world. And I don't know if I could just stop my writing every few months to publish a book. Just not how I operate. So I can't do that. So just 1 book, and I believe that book, I know. I know because it is the most to being ready. The next book I am going to publish is going to be my contemporary romance, The Thrill of the Chase, which is the first story in my Storm series. It's about 2 storm chasers who fall in love. And I'm so excited about this book. I've talked about this book in other videos, and I love this book so much. It's just so fun. It was my NaNoWriMo project for 2020, and it's really kind of cool that I'm coming full circle with this because it was 2020 when I started writing this book for NaNoWriMo, and then 2021 of January, I finished the first draft. So I finished the first draft in 3 months, which is really amazing. Finished the first draft. I let it breathe for a while, and then I went back to it and I finished the first draft, or I guess maybe you could call it the second draft. I finished the second draft. Now currently this story is being read by some beta readers. I've actually already got back feedback from one of my beta readers. I'm waiting on the others, but I think by January I'm going to be getting back the feedback for The Thrill of the Chase. So then I can go ahead and just take that feedback and make the necessary changes that I need to make to the story. Then I can send it off to my editor. I don't know how busy she's going to be, but I'm going to wait until the story is to my satisfaction before I send it off to her, because I don't want to be in that situation where I'm rushing and trying to get it ready for her, because I just can't operate like that. I don't like rushing things. So I'm going to make sure this story is ready. I'm going to send it off to my editor, and then as soon as my editor gets it back and I finish the copy edits, then I can publish The Thrill of the Chase. I am shooting for a later year launch. I'm thinking maybe late summer. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to finish it in spring like I did last year. No, this process is going to take a while. But I also want to publish this book later in the year because I'm kind of worried about sensitivity issues with it. Okay, like let me explain. Like I would not want to publish The Thrill of the Chase like right now. Like if The Thrill of the Chase was ready right now, I would not publish it. And the main reason being is that recently Kentucky and a few more states just had a really, really bad tornado. And I just don't think it would be in good taste to publish a book about two characters who love chasing tornadoes, like after we've had this horrible tornado. It just doesn't feel right. It's kind of like how TV shows do this. Like, you know, if there's like a show and they have an episode where someone takes a gun to school, and then like before the episode airs, there's a really bad school shooting in real life, and then like the network pulls that episode because they want to be sensitive to what just happened. So it's kind of like that. So like I don't want to publish The Thrill of the Chase like anytime between April to June because that's when the major tornado season is in Tornado Alley. And then I don't want to publish the book like at other certain times of the year where other parts of the country may have bad tornadoes, because tornadoes actually happen every month of the year, but there's just certain times of year where they're more common, like spring or fall, like anytime where you have like warm air and cold air kind of colliding, that's when you're going to have bad tornadoes. And we've just had like a really mild December, so I think that's just kind of fueling some of these bad storms that we've had. It's really, really unusual for places like Minnesota to have a tornado in December, and that was actually their very first one that they recently had. So I'm not going to publish this book anytime during a major tornado outbreak, but I think that's going to work out in my favor because it's not going to be ready anytime soon. It's going to be later in the year. So that is my one and only publishing goal. Now, if I get a little ambitious, if things are going at a faster pace than I think they are, which I don't think they will, but if for some reason I think that I can do more, I will see how far along I am with When the Ice Melts. I think it would be really cool if like I published The Thrill of the Chase and then at the very end of the book, like I had the first chapter of When the Ice Melts. Like I think that would be really, really awesome. So maybe I should try to do that. And that way I'll get people interested in the next series that is upcoming, but I don't know when that'll be published. It'll be published 2023 probably. So yeah, it just depends on how far along I am in the process. But yeah, just one story this year. I can't believe I thought I was going to publish 3 books in 2021. That is so crazy. Okay, so now my author brand goals. So one thing I did not get to in December, which was one of my goals for December, I didn't get to it, but I wanted to redo my website. So I have been thinking about my website. I just haven't done anything to it yet. But I think in 2022, I think that'll just be a good fresh start for me to go ahead and start making some changes to my website. I have an idea where I want to do like progress bars on all of my whips, and that way it'll just kind of keep readers updated on maybe when is that story going to be done, because all these stories I keep talking about, you probably want to know when they're going to be finished. And so I think a nice progress bar would be good. Like a progress bar to tell you like if the first draft is almost done, or if the editing is almost done, or if that story is just going under a complete rewrite, you know, whatever it is. And I just want to make the website look a little bit better. Like it looks fine, but I've changed the color a few times, and I just want to rework some stuff. I don't know how I want to do it yet, so I'm going to look at other author websites, maybe get a little bit of inspiration and find out some ideas on what to do for my own. And I don't know if I want to change my author profile picture. Ideally, what I would want like headshots for my author profile, but those are so expensive, or at least I imagine they're so expensive, and so I don't know. I guess the picture I have for now is fine, but I think I want to change that down the road. So I don't know. We'll see. I know one thing I definitely need to work on when it kind of comes to my website, or it's kind of related to my website, is that I need to grow my mailing list. And my mailing list is so tiny. I think I have like maybe 15 people on my mailing list. Thank you, 15 people who have like subscribed to my mailing list. You are awesome. Thank you. And some of those people are my family. So, but yeah, if you want to get on my mailing list, I have my website linked down below. You could always check out my website. Remember, it's going to go over an overhaul. I want to make the website look better, but you can still go to my website. You can sign up for my mailing list. And I don't know how many people I can have on the mailing list. I just do the Wix form. I don't do like MailChimp or MailerLite or anything, or at least not yet. I just have the subscribers on my Wix site. So that's just been working out for me for now. And I can do like my newsletters on Wix. And that just kind of just really makes it easy for me to just create a little fast newsletter and just send it out to all the subscribers to my website. So that's just how I've been doing it. But I think I should definitely aim to have more people on my mailing list. And it's not that I email a lot of people, really. I don't email very frequently. I just email when there's book news to know. Like if there's a sale, or if the book is, going to be launched soon, or, whatever it is. So I don't like email a lot. I know like some authors like to do like a monthly newsletter, and honestly, I just don't have time for that, so I don't do that. If you want to subscribe to my mailing list, I will not spam you. Just sign up below at my website. So in addition to growing my mailing list, I think it would be beneficial if I could focus on building my Twitter following and my YouTube subscriber count. I haven't mentioned it, and I can't believe I forgot to mention it, but recently I did pass the 100 subscriber mark for my YouTube channel, which is really cool because now once you get 100 subscribers, you could have a custom URL. So I've already picked out my custom URL. Now the next milestone is 1,000. And once I get 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, and then also I have to get like a certain number of watch hours, but once I get those two things, I can get my channel monetized, which I really am excited to get my channel monetized, because that I didn't even know that you could get paid for YouTube. Like I just it didn't even occur to me. Like when I started a YouTube channel, I like, what? Like, how do people get paid on YouTube? But when they get paid on YouTube, it's because they have enough subscribers and watch hours and like all those ads that they put on videos. Like the creator gets a little bit of money from those ads, and it's probably not going to be much, but every little bit counts. So once I get my channel monetized, I will use that money to basically help me with my books. I will use that money to go towards editing cost, or proof copies, or like anything else that I need to buy for my books. Like if I need to buy some stock images, if I need to register for the copyright, like all of that stuff costs money. And so whatever I need to do, that's my little book fund. So all of my royalty payments and then all of my eventual YouTube profits are just going to go into the same account, and that's going to be my book money. I don't touch that money except for my books. So if you have not subscribed to my channel and you like watching my videos, please do subscribe, because it does help my channel grow and it does help me out on my end. That's a great way you can support me, and it doesn't cost you a thing. And then also with my Twitter, like I have gotten so many followers on Twitter, and it's so exciting. And it's fun to actually have a tweet like get attention, because sometimes when you post stuff on Twitter and like no one responds, and it's like so sad, like, oh, I tweeted at the wrong time, like, or people didn't see this. So it's fun when I actually get response on my tweets, so that's very exciting. And then like for my general like author brand, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the best thing for me to do is to try to focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one genre at a time is specifically what I mean. Now, I know my first book that I published was a young adult contemporary, and I love young adult contemporary. I do, and I have lots of ideas for young adult contemporary, but right now I just have more ideas for the romance. And just when I look at it as a business, I do think it makes more sense if I try to stick to one genre for a while rather than just kind of being all over the place and writing a lot of different stuff. If I could just write one kind of book for a while and publish that one kind of book, then I can maybe branch out and do the young adult contemporaries that I want to do, because I'm just thinking how that just would probably make more business sense. And that's not to say that I'm not going to publish the young adult contemporaries. I will. I'm very excited about all of those ideas too, but I just don't want to be like all over the place. Like, okay, I'm going to post young adult, now I'm going to post adult, then young adult, then adult, just like going all over the place and two drastically different type of stories, because, like the Anna series is about a girl in 6th grade or she starts in 6th grade. And then my adult contemporary romances are adult contemporary romances. They're very different audiences and they're different kinds of books. So I think it would be best if I focus on one thing and then I can branch out, and that just makes more sense. But I will be publishing that Anna story one day. Like I say, it is the story of my heart, and I will eventually publish it. I don't know when. Anyway, I guess we'll just see how it goes. Okay, that's pretty much it. That's my 2022 goals, my writing, my publishing, and my author brand goals. So please do leave a comment and let me know what your goals are for the next year. I would love to hear it. And remember, you can subscribe, or you can also give my channel a thumbs up, because all of those things do help my channel grow. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye!